Hi and welcome to today's show. We are talking about autobiography definition. We're asking what is the difference between an autobiography, a biography meaning, and what a memoir means. The show today comes to you thanks to the Structure Success video training, which helps you come up with a roadmap for your writing. So there's some free sections for that at the end of the show. Also, I'll be filling you in on a mid-year discount where you can get 30% off a 30-minute coaching call with me to help you realign your writing goals for the rest of the year. Mid-year, we're halfway through. It's a great time to do that. So stay with me to get some information on that deal coming up. If you are new to the channel, Forever Young Autobiographies is where we write life stories for family and friends so that unique memories can live on. And it'd be super if you could follow, subscribe, like the show, leave us a review and share it with a friend. Now, I've got a couple of kids, some of you know this, I've talked about them before, but they come out with some doozies, some real crackers sometimes, the words they come up with. For instance, my daughter Rose, she came out with, when it was hailing, she would say, "Oh Mum, it's ice cubing," which, you know, now we say, "Oh, it's ice cubing" in our household. And then my son, he came out with a word for kangaroo. He couldn't quite say kangaroo, so he used to call out and say, "Oh, bop bops, bop bops." And because he could see them jumping around bop bopping, and that's how that word came about. But my point here is that we come up with words and sometimes we use them in situations which is not their correct meaning. They get interchanged. And this is often the case when we're talking about a memoir, autobiography, biography, or some other life story project. We seem to use these terms interchangeably, and there's actually a distinction. And that's what we're going to talk about today on the show. We're going to kick it off with what is an autobiography definition. Now, autobiography, you know, it's probably what we go to first, but I won't prejudge. We're going to use the Australian Macquarie Dictionary for some definition. That's my go-to, but I think it's got global scope here for these definitions, but by all means, use your own regular dictionary if you want to look these up. So the Macquarie says about autobiography, it says, first of all, noun, plural autobiographies, an account of a person's life written by himself or herself. So that one, pretty short, pretty sweet. It's probably some people would add to that and they would say, look, autobiography is from birth all the way to present, and that's fine. But autobiography is really a favourite term for me, and that's one of the reasons why my website's called Forever Young Autobiographies. It's probably the most accurate description or word choice to use when someone is saying, look, I'd like to write a life story, or I want to do a personal history. That's where we come back to autobiographies. It's a full life. But moving along, what you're asking, I can hear you out there, what autobiography, how's that different to biography? So I'm going to enlighten you. So biography is something we often get asked to do when we're at work, or we're doing something for school, or we're online, filling in a short biography. It's basically an overview of our life, so some highlights of some key events and what we're interested in. But biography is very different to probably what you're used to. So I'm going to read here from my descriptions, or from the Macquarie Dictionary. Biography, noun, plural, biographies. 1. A written account of a person's life. 2. Such writings collectively. 3. The study of the lives of individuals. And 4. The art of writing a biography. So there's some distinction coming out here, isn't there? This is basically comes down to who is doing the writing, okay? So in an autobiography, it was the actual writer was the subject of the biography. And when we're talking about a biography, it is the writer is someone else other than the subject. So there's very subtle difference there for us to take away. It's who is the subject. So in a biography, someone other than the writer. Now the plot will thicken when we get to a memoir. What is the definition of a memoir? Now memoir means different things to different people. You know, it gets interchanged with those other definitions. But Let's again go to the Macquarie. This one's a little bit longer, so I'll read it. Memoir, noun. Firstly, plural, records of facts or events in connection with a particular subject, historical period, etc., as known to the writer or gathered from special sources. 2. Plural, records of one's own life and experiences. 3. See biography. 4. Plural, a collection of reports made to a scientific or other learned society. So yes, things get a bit more complicated here with a memoir. But again, looking at the subject is the person doing the writing, but it is more specific. It's honing in on a slice of life or a particular time. So you might have come across memoirs that are of a slice of time, such as maybe war or service years. It could be early career years, maybe childhood years, and then travel. You get a lot of travel memoirs about a specific time or adventure. So memoir is, again, it's about the writers, the subject, and it's their life, but it's a section of that life. You're shining a spotlight on a specific element of that life. So there you go. Let's recap. We've talked about autobiography being a full, complete life of the writer. And then second of all, you've got a biography, which is someone else doing the writing of someone else's life. So two different people. And then you have a memoir, which again is the writer's life, but we're honing in on a section. So I hope that this sort of overview, these definitions, are going to help you pick which life story to write and then to get started writing it. It's a good overview to know what is an autobiography and how is it different to a biography meaning and a memoir, what a memoir means. I have all of the definitions laid out in black and white, easy for you to refer to, over at my website. You need to go to foreveryoungautobiographies.com/autobiography definition. You can find everything there, easy to look for. While you're over at the website at the article, or while you're here on this platform, leave me a comment. I'd love to know what you are writing. Are you writing an autobiography, a biography, or a memoir? Let me know, and it'd be very interesting to see what the consensus is. Earlier I mentioned the Structure Success video training. This is a great place to start if you now know what you're going to write. The Structure Success training is a short video training where I walk you through some exercises to come up with some key memories, some key events, and we organise it into a rough chapter outline. So you have something to really get stuck into. You can sign up for that for free. You go to foreveryoungautobiographies.com/structure success sign up. Earlier at the top of the show, I mentioned I'm having a mid-year sale to help you with realigning your writing goals. To get 30% off a coaching call with me, it's a 30-minute coaching call, go to foreveryoungautobiographies.com/deal. Have all the information there and how you can sign up to book in and talk to me. So I will be back again soon with another topic. Again, it would be super if you are following, subscribing and liking the show. Recommend it to a friend, leave me a review. It all helps people discover Forever Young Autobiographies. So I will see you again soon, and until then, happy writing.